a curriculum-driven music business program should have a practicum approach. That practicum would allow a student to actually test his ability to function with the understanding that there are consequences to them not being able to function. However, we must also provide them the information that will allow them to be successful. That information, of course, is going to come through the normal classroom environment. So an entry-level student who's going to come in, who's a freshman, is going to understand what it means to be successful in the recording industry. Hopefully, and our approach at Columbia College in the music business program is to get a student in that first year to decide that this is not right for them by providing them as much information and about the industry so that they can make an informed decision that I didn't know it was that much work. So the consequences in that entry-level class or that freshman class is not as significant as it should be in the capstone class. So in that entry-level class, that consequence is probably more connected to the grade. And that grade is, in that first level class, helps to make the segue from the high school paradigm that reflects, memorization, take a test, and get a grade. So we don't want to all of a sudden put a student in a situation where, wow, what I've been doing all my life is taking a test, and I study for the test, and I study just enough to pass the test, and then I'm okay. Well, we have to give them a segue from that to what it is and how they have to apply themselves to the music industry, which is not based on getting an A in anything. We have to be able to provide to them that you have to have this sense of urgency in all that you do that's connected to the music industry, and a sense of passion, vision, and the organization of resources. So this first semester is the first entry-level course is the course that will lay the foundation for a student to understand the work that's involved in being successful in the industry. So that means we want them to be able to look forward to the courses that are about to come before them and let them know that there are consequences associated with those courses that are outside of the fact that you take a test and you get a grade. So we don't want to have you get a B, therefore you can move on to the next level. I think we have to look at the grading system as it relates to the music industry and say, you must accomplish this, and then you have a conversation with or an interview with the coordinator or the faculty member or someone that's connected to the next level. And through that interview process, it is determined whether or not they would be successful in that next level class. Now, this class can be either your first semester, and then I will speak to semesters from this point. That first semester class, as a freshman, will be connected to the grade. They take a test, they get a grade, and then that allows them to move to the next level. I think that second semester freshman is where we have to be able to make sure that the student understands that it's beyond getting a grade, that now you must actually show some sense of an understanding of the information beyond getting the grade, then be able to apply it outside of a test. And at that point, because in most institutions you're not going to have this practicum approach, because the student does not have enough information to be able to find success in a practicum. So then there has to be some other measurable tool that would allow that student to understand whether or not they're going to be successful in that next level, and for the instructor or the coordinator to understand whether or not the next level that student is prepared for. So a interview or a permission of instructor through conversation will be able to ascertain whether or not that student should move forward. And of course, this is taken into consideration that curriculum and classes are flexible. Some institutions that's not possible, some institutions it is. And all of this that I am saying, of course, it has to be very generic, because every institution has a different approach to how they apply the classes within their concentrations. But Columbia College, where I teach, is very flexible. And that curriculum is flexible because, as we all know, the industry is flexible and new things come forward in a very, very quick way. And we have to make sure that our curriculum is flexible enough to be able to make adjustments to deal with those things. So we're very lucky in that the process for change is a little bit more flexible than some other institutions may be.